A year after end of the Tigray conflict in Ethiopia, full peace remains elusive and humanitarian crisis continues. Critics accuse the government of failing to keep its promises. Before outbreak of war between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces and Tigray People's Liberation Front 3 years ago, 25-year-old Haftom Kidai had no military experience, had never carried a weapon and was instead engaged in private business. Haftom told DW when the war started, Ethiopian and Eritrean forces entered Tigray and started committing atrocities. Later, I received military training and joined the war like other young people of Tigray. Haftom was seriously wounded at the front. He is currently paralyzed half his body and lives in a military care center Mekelle, the capital of Tigray. No treatment available for veterans. The young man does not hold grudges despite all the pain he has experienced. Haftom said, I joined the struggle for my country, my people and myself. I do not regret the sacrifices I made. But now we are all disabled here, including me. We have many demands and needs. If I get the proper treatment, I don't want anything else. Many Ethiopians suffered great losses during the brutal war that started in November 2020. The war lasted 2 years and caused an estimated 600,000 deaths, according to former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, a peace mediator during the conflict. Additionally, the UN estimates that the conflict has displaced approximately 1.7 million people and left millions of Tigrayans like Haftom suffering physical and psychological damage. Negotiations with both warring parties were mediated by the African Union in Pretoria, when regional forces from Tigray and the Ethiopian government signed an agreement on permanent cessation of hostilities on 3 November 2022. Eventually the peace agreement ended the civil war in Ethiopia. Mekelle is slowly coming back to life after peace agreement. Not only did gunfire cease, but government also lifted siege on Tigray. Telephone, internet, transportation, commercial activities and humanitarian aid supplies, which were suspended for 2 years, resumed after the signing of the peace agreement. Tigray's capital, Mekelle, slowly returned to life after the end of the war. City residents seem to be enjoying the peace. One of them, Bilen Mitiku, told DW that not being able to hear the sounds of guns, planes or drones is a blessing. According Mitiku, after the peace agreement, Tigray seems to be more open the world in terms of communication and transportation. After 3 years in dark, we have rejoined the rest of world, Mitiku said. Humanitarian needs remain a challenge however. Mitiku emphasized that even after a year of the peace agreement, there are still many disturbing things. So much remains unchanged. So much remains in the dark. Most importantly, our internally displaced brothers and sisters. They have been away from their homes for nearly 4 years. International aid organ.